Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome to another episode, a slightly different looking episode of the red carpet. We didn't hear it, because I'm right.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it was good.
That?
Yeah, it's good.
I
tell you what, it's mad that you're quicker on the bomb when you can't hear it as opposed to when you can.
Exactly. We've got a proper hybrid show today. We're on James settings. You know, we're out here in the States now. We know what he experiences at times. You know, now I know why he's like, yeah, I can just, you know, come on. It's the middle of the day. I'm cool. You know, it's the middle of the day for James. This is lunch break. This is lunch break. But meanwhile, it's 8 p.m. for us, or 7 p.m. for us, should I say? So yeah, nice, man. We're out here in Chicago. We're at the pad. There's a foosball Premier League going on behind.
I'm top of the
KG's
league.
top, but basically,
Top of the league.
Here's how they've decided to do this. Him and Josh just decided to do a marathon worth of games, and KG beat Josh like 5 times in a row. And then I decided to play like 2 games. And KG's like, yeah, I'm winning. You got like 8 games in hand. I'm like, that's not fair. That's not how it works. We need to start again. So yeah,
we have, and I'm still top of the league.
All right, cool. There you go.
Did you win your games though? Fleck?
I'm top of the league. No, he didn't. He didn't beat me.
So then what doesn't matter?
What do you mean?
Oh my God!
Because I've got you're making me start at a disadvantage of like I'm 5 games behind.
You win the games, bro.
No,
game in hand.
Win the games.
That's how it works. Game in hand.
No, when you sign up to a competition, you know what the rules
Anyway,
didn't Man City have that before when they were games behind? People get games in hands and then
Thank
they
you
go
very
win the
much.
league.
Yeah, because they agreed to a league beforehand, which is in
No
one said anything about a league.
I checked this out.
No one said anything about a league.
I said if we play this game, the winner, whoever's winning this, is just called king for the whole time of the duration.
When did you say? When I wasn't in the room. When I wasn't in the room. When you and Josh was playing.
They've already been together too long, haven't they? They've already been together too long. It's only been like a few days.
Tour settings, crazy.
You talk about science experiment, keeping all the variables the same. Variables aren't the same. Cool. You've operated from a position of anyway, guys. There's actually real life news. Forget this foosball. There is big news because we need to talk about Owen. Who was his name?
Benjamin Sesko.
Yes, that's who we need to talk about because right now it's the battle of the Uniteds for Benjamin. That's what's going on. We've presented our idea, our prospect.
You love it. You love it.
We are Manchester United have presented their project to Benjamin, and so have Newcastle United, and they are ready to go over bid as well. So listen, man, this is the Benjamin Sesko chat because the race is on.
Yeah, it is on. Anyone want to take it? To be fair, if we sign Benjamin Sesko, I'm going to look quite silly because this morning I guarantee we probably weren't going to sign him.
Why did you guarantee that? Why did you guarantee that?
I didn't. I just felt that the way the dominoes were falling, you know, Isak's going to Liverpool. Well, actually,
I think he'll be all right, Alan.
Diaz has gone to Bayern, and then Darwin Núñez was going to go maybe Napoli or somewhere else, and then they got the money to get Isak, and then they're looking for a striker in Newcastle, and they get Benjamin Sesko. We're still going after sort of Ollie Watkins and the whole Garnacho thing, and that could all happen. I still think that, and actually, I would prefer that. I'm gonna be honest. I still would prefer that. Do you know why? I tell you why, KG the comedian. Because after watching the game at the weekend, which you know what was quite nice, wasn't it? It's quite nice to watch. You know, Man United play all right. It was
done okay.
Did all right watching that game. And I saw Mateus Cunha. Then I went, oh, he slotted in quite well, Premier League proven. And I was going, Brian and Mbumo, imagine him getting in there, Premier League proven. We already know what we're going to get. I'm just not really feeling the Bundesliga. Is he going to adapt? Isn't he going to adapt? He's still a bit young. I would still just prefer the Ollie Watkins, 29. You know what you're getting. Those passes that we saw against West Ham, in and behind, pressing. Just feel like that's much more suited. I think that's the smart choice. But that's just me.
The floor is open.
It's not just you. It's not just you. I'm in definite agreement with that. Definite agreement with that. Prince Ollie Watkins, that's the guy to me. I think we should bring him in. Prince Ali. It's been stuck in my head. I can't, every time it happens, that's just what goes on in my head. Yeah, that movie's rent free since the 90s as a kid. But,
did you hear that? Anyone hear that?
Yeah, we heard that. Yeah.
I'm going to say again. It's yeah.
Oh, from Sesko.
Anyway,
That's what I want. Forget about what you lot are saying. Forget about it straight away. We want to fight. We want to.
But did you want no? But
we want
don't
to
just
unleash the
jump
dragon.
on. No.
Bro, let's unleash the dragon.
Why has
everything,
Sesko
bro.
become part of this? Why is
Because
that a new
he's
song?
Because Sesko.
Yeah.
Oh right, Sesko.
Yes,
Right.
no, it's close enough. It works.
oh my god.
Bloody hell!
That's what we're
KG.
looking
I
at.
mean,
Dude.
that's-
That's Omen
that's-
involved, bro.
I'm doing it. Wait, what's wrong?
That's
Is Yokere's name Glock 9? Where did they get that from?
No,
Where's
because
they
so
where they
they
got it
want
from?
no,
What
because
about the time
it's
when
a
is it?
comparison because he's a sharpshooter like a gun.
And he's Sesko.
But he's
Unleash
not.
the dragon.
He's not a dragon. He doesn't do a dragon celebration. He
He's still
doesn't
doing
breathe
it.
fire. He doesn't fly.
Doesn't matter, mate. You said you're not gonna let me. You said I can. You said on this tour you're gonna let me be me, and now all
Yeah,
of a
and
sudden,
what did I also
you're
say?
pushing-
And what
you
did I
won't
also
let me
say?
be me.
I also said I'm allowed to be me as well, which is correct foolishness.
Unleash the dragon, bro.
Good lord.
You lot, let's go. Hear me out, yeah. Let's sign Sesko for the narrative alone. Imagine
Narrative.
Oh,
For the narrative alone. For the narrative alone,
alone.
KG.
You
Not
want
for
to
the
speak
team.
70 million worth of narrative.
Newcastle. Listen to it. Listen to. Check it out. Okay, I can do it in football way, football terms. I
Yeah.
can do it in football terms.
All right.
Would you like it in football
Yeah.
terms or would you like it in KG terms?
I want it in a way that's going to make sense.
Would you
to-
like it in football terms or KG terms?
I want it in a sense that's going to make sense to
Which
everyone.
one?
KG terms. KG terms. KG terms.
I don't know what's going to be more deluded.
Okay,
Jeez.
let's go KG terms. Yeah. So right now, you're telling me first game, us Newcastle think they're United, which is crazy. Don't know why. Yeah. You can say to Newcastle,
Look at James.
hold that. This would be a serious. Wait. Hold. Let me land, bro.
Go on.
Newcastle mud on their face. Yeah. Because this is he's a good player.
I might go back to sleep.
Newcastle, he'll actually be talented. Anyway, again, let's still KG terms. Again, our first game, is Arteta, Arsenal. Imagine
They were trying to get Sesko, but then they chose to get Gyökeres.
they treated him like
But
a
then
side dish,
maybe
but
Sesko
he
could
was a
score
main
against
dish.
them, and
And
then
if
we
he
get to
scores
say-
against it,
Right.
exactly, then we're in the crowd.
So that would be good for 90 minutes, like
Yeah.
one day. Like,
No, because then if he can carry on scoring,
okay.
he can carry on
So he
scoring.
could even score more than
Big
Gyökeres.
if,
It
bro.
meant that they
And
got the 1-1.
what happens if he scored against? What happens if he scores more goals than Gyökeres?
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's go into
There's a lot of heavy lifting in the what happens there.
Now,
KG.
Yeah.
now, let's- football terms.
Yeah.
In football terms, we're signing a player younger. Yeah.
Right.
We're signing a player younger than Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, his ceiling. You talk about the ceiling, bigger ceiling.
Right. Okay.
You're signing a player again that in terms of height, we need height in the team.
Taller than Ollie
We
Watkins.
need taller than Ollie Watkins.
Right.
We're going to be crossing the ball into the box, balling, dog you, and then man there, Ahmad, you know you have a target, a focal point. Why not? And I know it didn't work before, but you can't live life like that. You can't say, "Oh, because I felt that."
You
last
can't live
time."
life learning from the mistakes you've made in the
Yeah, you
past.
gotta keep thinking them. That's the only way
No,
to
no,
get
but
out of
I'm saying this could be. It
Making
might
those
not be a
mistakes.
mistake. It might not be a mistake though. This is
Alright.
what I'm saying.
It might not be. It
It
might.
might.
Why
It could
not?
work. That's the thing. So in football terms, that's
Yeah.
the football terms.
Yep.
Yeah. Young.
And if it doesn't, it's only 70 million. That doesn't hamstring us. That doesn't cause any problems. We've not been there.
well,
before.
you lot are saying that he's gonna fail. How do we? Cunha could have been a failure.
It could be a
And
70
Mbeumo
million
could be
bargain.
and Mbeumo could be a failure.
Yeah.
But we tried
It's
it.
mitigating the possibility for it, KG, isn't it? Like
And
the
Mbeumo
thing
could
is,
be a
it's
failure.
not.
We tried it. Just saying.
But bro, like just to give some like context to this discussion, like when it comes to Sesko and Watkins,
But KG didn't give any context. Dev.
no, bro,
Yeah, what
even
you
last
say, yeah.
season,
In football terms. I gave
In football terms.
in football terms, yeah. This is football terms now. So we moved away from the KG terms. Let's talk
Yeah.
about actual game. But
Yes.
if you know what it is, like I think when it comes to this discussion, I looked at Sesko and I thought I'm not a big stats man anyway, but I expected to at least look at him and be like, this guy must be bagging in the Bundesliga
not.
for everyone to be talking this way. 13 goals last season, 14 goals the season before that. And Watkins last season in his off season in the Prem, he's got what 16. So it's like the only thing that's really like changing it for me is like one, Newcastle aren't a rival, and I think this transfer window has already told them that they're not. These men are signing Ramsdale, like they're linked to Ramsdale now, so I'm not worried about them in the slightest. But for me, it's like we can't be going painting another like layer of paint on the car up top if we ain't got the engine. I'd rather spend that money in midfield. So I don't see why. Like the main issues that we had is that when the massive drop off from the B team to the A team was we didn't have the midfield there. Casemiro and Collier were terrible, frankly, in the last few minutes, the last 20 odd minutes. Sorry, Collier's probably going to go out on loan now. I see us probably promoting Sekou Kone in his place. So why not get a proper midfielder in there to do the job? And Watkins, the only thing, if it is between Watkins and Sesko, if the money is the same for both of them, you go for Sesko. Because there's no way you're spending that same amount of money on Watkins. But if it's like half that, which it
James disagrees.
probably will be, then I'd go for the tried and tested option of
Half
Watkins.
that for who? Half that for who?
They think they're gonna get
For Watkins.
Ollie. For Ollie.
What, Watkins for like 45 million and that 30 million?
For like 35 to 40 million.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Your timing.
I tell you, definitely,
Not
Wally
35.
Watkins will be between 50 and 60, 100%.
Yeah.
100. Just because they value him at that, and like for all the reasons why you say he's a top striker in the league. Is Ollie Watkins the third best striker in the league?
Yes.
But let me ask you a question then.
Fourth.
Why would you pay, let's say someone offered you today 50 million for 15 goals, 70 million for maybe 15 goals? What do you pick with the stance that we're in today?
Guaranteed 15 goals.
Well, this is the thing you're asking. So this this. And I literally was about to say, because you're asking personality types. You're basically saying to KG, the comedian, do you want to roll the dice or do you want to bank what you've got?
Did you know that Ollie Watkins was also
ask me the
the
question
striker
again?
Arsenal went for first? They made a bid for him. So
Ask me the
January.
question again, Owen.
KG, do you want to roll the dice or do you want to bank what you've got?
This guy, why did
I'm so glad
You said
I
that.
can't hear
You
it.
said that like you were going to press a different button.
Yeah,
You said that's what
He's
you're going to
so
press.
happy
It
with
still
himself.
works. It still works.
I'm so glad I can't hear it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. No, I don't want to hear it.
Did you want to hear it?
No. Marcel, what are you saying on this?
Oh, it's got to be Ollie Watkins. It's got to be Ollie Watkins for me. There's no doubt in my mind. We need guaranteed Premier League proven. I would even still be looking at Mateta, if I'm honest. But yeah, Ollie Watkins is something that I think just makes a lot of sense. You know, definitely based on the game against West Ham, we look like we've got a good press from like their goal kicks. It does look like it's really organized, but like what Owen is saying, we've got problems in the midfield. Like what Devs is saying, we need to invest in the midfield. But I would say Premier League proven striker for me.
The manager's saying
what
that.
about Ekitike? How many goals did he score? And how much was he?
But we didn't. But that when his name was brought up, Ekitike, that was the pushback for him, wasn't it? It's too expensive, and you're not sure what you're going to get.
What if it works with Liverpool? And we're going, oh my god!
But we're not in that position.
But Liverpool are trying to get Isak as well. You got to think like they're getting backup plans here so that they are guaranteed.
No, but Liverpool didn't know
good
Isak was going to
give him
do
time.
what he's done, though, right? Liverpool.
You think they just planned for that today? You think they just planned to spend 120 million over the span of one weekend, and they weren't planning on this all summer?
I think it's a market opportunity for Liverpool, so they've gone with it. But I'm saying that in terms of the Isak one, they wanted.
No, he was always their number one target.
Didn't they want to get?
He was their guy, man.
Money. That's not. I don't
They
believe
wanted
in
both.
it. No.
But Isak was their number one prime.
I
That's who
agree.
they wanted.
But then after, didn't they change?
Yeah, they said because they like Ekitike, so they went for him. Yeah,
But they still realize that a player that has got potential. He's not a finished article at all.
But they'd already had the idea of right. We're going to probably sell Luis Diaz. We'll reject this offer, sell him, and then we'll sell Darwin Núñez. So they were already with that mindset of well, we can at least test Newcastle because we're going to have the funds to be able to do it. And actually, maybe if you're going to be really sort of conspiracy about it, maybe they've already told Isak, look, we're going to sell these players. You might have to push it a little bit. If Newcastle were confident that Alexander Isak wasn't going, they wouldn't be talking to Benjamin Sesko right now, would they? They're actively going, we're going to need a replacement. Yeah. So, I don't think that's a market opportunity.
I think we're in. If we try to compare ourselves in any way, shape, or form to Liverpool, apart from like just 20 titles and that, I worry for him, Jeff. Like we can't, like the way that they've built that squad with how the money that they've managed to spend, the net profit that they've spent, the net spend, that they've had, like we're just we can't even be in the same sentence, bro. Like,
we're going to take a risk on this player.
It would be a risk. Yeah.
We're going to take a risk on Sesko. Man United. Apparently, how long we scouting for him? We're scouting him for like.
Yeah, that is true. This ain't like a player. It's not a player we haven't looked at before.
Know who he is. We've been looking at this player for years now,
and he is in demand.
And they wanted to buy him. They've wanted to buy him before. Yeah. It just wasn't working out. Before he went to this team that he's at now, we tried to do that move before. Yeah. So we've always had interest in the player. He's well scouted by Man United. They must have seen everything that they're looking for to decide, let's put the money up. Because really and truly, it is the right to go for Ollie Watkins. That was my first choice. And then I bought into the narrative stuff. And I thought, you know what? Why not?
But that's it. Just be honest.
I'll be honest. But that's the truth. That's the truth. I'm not
gonna
not tell you that. I'm telling you, listen, the way it looks, if we can end the season and our striker scored more than that guy.
But why does that? But what I'm saying to you is why. But that's putting that above.
Childish.
It's not really childish.
I'm not in the dressing room. It doesn't matter. Why I think it doesn't matter.
I thought you were measured and mature. And I thought, this is when you were 40 kg now. Yeah.
You're never going to be able to shake that measure.
Remember you say I've turned 40, I've matured now, I'm measured as well. Do you mean to tell me that was all?
What's that thing that women say? Something in retrograde. I think it's that.
Mercury's in retrograde, yeah.
Yeah, Mercury in retrograde.
That's what my wife says.
I think so.
And then you follow that with the absolute worst decision in history. So
you can't. I don't know. I think. And you're admitting it, but I'm saying this is the problem with.
But this, I'm not upstairs though. Whatever this club do, they're not considering KG.
Of course not. They're not considering anyone.
So it's just my humble opinion.
But then, would that concern you if they did do what you? So if you're saying they shouldn't listen to me, don't listen to me. If they then do it, does that by proxy make it bad? Because you're going, that's bad.
Fans, but you never know. Sometimes the fans might be right, like I am about Ugarte.
But hold on a second, because the club bought Ugarte, and the club are not listening to the fans saying, "Oh, he's shit, let's sell him." Instead, they're going to use him, and he's going to stay.
Sometimes, a broken clock is right twice a day, and I might be right this time.
Is it Thursday?
Most things happen on Thursdays as well.
Here's the other thing, though. When you take this discussion about like Liverpool, things like that, I had a discussion this morning with somebody, and one of the big things that they feel is like, you take City, you take Liverpool, you take some of these clubs, it's not just the playing, it's how they settle into the dressing room, how they settle into the team, how they translate all of that. At City, at Liverpool, at these clubs, they've had a really solid, strong, established dressing room. So they can take a risk because they think we've got the people to carry that player, to lift them up, to get them in line, to make sure they make it. United haven't had that. We're trying this summer to fix that, right? That's why these players are not here. That's why the bomb squad's not traveling right now. That's why they're out here. They're bonding. They're doing all of these things.
I hate that name.
They're fixing it. They're putting it all together so that they have this strong dressing room, because that way they can take a risk once in a while and it doesn't work out terribly. How it's been recently, we take a risk. Any flaw in their character gets magnified at United rather than snuffed out. And I think that's the concern that we have at this point, and why other clubs like that who've been successful and have built a strong dressing room can take that kind of risk on a younger player for a lot of money, because they know the leaders will help them.
Yeah,
we don't have enough leaders. We need that.
Ruben said he wants Premier League proven play. He said it. He said the importance of it, which is why it wouldn't surprise me if they still tried to go for that. But clearly, though, what we haven't really discussed is that it's a fact that Man United are actually trying to get him. Like, we're talking about all of this, but actually, they're trying. Like, they have presented not a bid, but obviously Romano and these guys and Plettenberg, they're not going to get this type of stuff wrong. I don't believe.
They're saying it's a race. They're saying it's a race.
Like, Man United have sat there, and Omar Barada and Wilcox. So as much as we're saying to you, like,
and Vivell,
as much as we're saying, oh, you might be the wrong reason. The fact of the matter is, it's down to Benjamin Sesko to decide this now. Really? Is it not?
Well, here's one with it as well. Is it just make you wonder where are they going to get the money for this from? Because the suggestion is that, like, he's going to be at least sort of 60-ish million. It's one of those ones where, again, it's like gentleman's agreement. You know, what does that actually mean? We already heard the whole gentleman's agreement saga of Gyökeres, but
must be surely they know.
Yeah, it must be. Well, Anthony Saudi, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that can't be real for Anthony. 50 million.
That would be incredible.
No,
that can't be.
Aren't we going to be paying everything in installments anyway? 20 million this season, 20 million next season. So can't we do all, like, even though it's going to be quoted in 70 million, aren't we still able to maybe purchase this player and pay maybe their first installment now?
But don't you still need the money? This is what I was saying to you before, Flex, wasn't it? Like, when you pay like with Klarna or whatever, and they say, look, it's like £200 and you're paying it over this. Like,
yeah, the credit.
If you've only got, like, 20 quid in your thing, and you're basically like, yeah, I'll pay 20 today, and I know in the future I'll have it, but you go, that is a risk, isn't it?
It's a risk. Yeah.
Well, we're not in the. Are we in the danger of getting into, like, administration? There's not. There's not administration. Like, Man United can afford to do this deal. It's just something. I think there's just players on the books in terms of salaries, but we've even cut salaries down heavily, and there's now a salary next season. Casemiro's salary's gone as well. And and Sancho's salary is gone. Rashford's salary, which was a massive one. Rashford, we're not paying Rashford money anymore. So there is ways to make money. Like we got rid of Ericsson. We haven't replaced Ericsson. 150 grand a week. We got rid of Lindelof. Lindelof was on good money as well. So there you go. And plus Rashford, you're still trying to get that criminal Sancho out, which I don't know is going to happen, but hopefully we do.
He'll move.
But then now
they sent Dortmund, didn't they, this evening?
Again,
Dortmund.
Yeah, he's done it again.
Yeah,
bastard. No, they haven't.
Is that what?
He's done it again. That is a foul. You fucking little bastard.
Yeah.
Bad man. He's actually just Dortmund, yeah. Again, what's that going to be? Shitty loan again?
No, they're saying there could be about like 20 million. Something like that,
Dortmund are not going to pay.
That'll be good.
17, 15,
that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be very good.
100%. To be honest, he should go back home, and that's the comforts that they should just do that.
And that should be an easy-ish deal as well, considering we still kind of owe them money. Just be like, cool, we'll leave that one there. Just we don't owe you anymore. Just take him back. Like that should be the easiest.
Exactly. It's true, because we're still fucking paying for Sancho. We should just send him back and say all the stuff we have to owe you for Sancho. We just allow it.
Yeah, that's what we're asking for, basically one season.
We got a bunch. We got a bunch of super chats to get to as well. Real's been a member for 2 years. Says Sesko is bang average, roughly a goal every 3 games in the Bundesliga. Where's the hype from? Did you watch him in the Euros? Garbage. Safe to say Real's not a fan of Sesko. C1 Chaos says KG is single-handedly bringing United down 1 song at a time.
I'll learn from his past mistakes, mate.
No, you just keep making them, those mistakes. Brandon says, James, I pick 15 goals for the next 10 years, not 2. Ali says, Big Jim hated the Casemiro fee. No chance for Watkins. C1 Chaos also says, next time Josh comes after New York Pizza, he'll be sleeping with the fishes. Oh,
Josh is moving mental. Josh is he's something's wrong with him. On the plane, on the way down the concourse.
Just figure this out now.
No, but this was even Owen. This one was for you as well.
I wish Owen.
If you was there, like you just wanted to. I wish we could have just.
When the ground swallows up.
Yeah, like he's walking down the whole of the plane.
And when the last one's on, and everyone's
quiet. Seated. It looks like we're late. We're not late. We just didn't want to put our luggage in the bottom of the plane. They said, no, you can't. There's no more space. He goes, and your pizza in New York shit. I'm going to try Chicago pizza. It's got to be better than this. No one's pizza here is good enough. Yeah, you keep talking about all this stuff about, New York, come to New York, try pizzas.
I did see on his Instagram story, and I thought it was weird he was doing that. He's vlogging when he's on a plane, right? And he's walking through the people and he goes, new thing, I've decided, I hate the city I'm in. I hate New York. And I'm thinking, you're on a plane. You're on a plane.
Yeah, well, New Yorkers, and New York, they like, they're gonna hit with to get the fuck out of here. This is the greatest thing in the world, this, that, and the other.
Nobody asked you to come. Well, actually, this guy called Flected, and that's why I'm here. Someone did actually ask me.
When they say, there's this lovely pizza place that is gonna be nice pizza, he goes, I'll be the judge of that.
He's been on it.
Tomo says, keep it real. Arsenal wanted Sesko with the way their project has gone. That's a good enough reason for me, lads. And if he's good enough for Arsenal, he's good enough for us.
If he's good enough for us, he's good enough for us.
Yeah, RK says, don't see anyone coming between now in the Arsenal game. So how many of the first 6 do we win? I say 1. Our squad is not ready, and it's scary.
Now, we'll get another player.
I'll be the judge of that.
I think we'll get 2 players by Arsenal.
No, just one. Just one more.
You think just one more?
Just one more. Yeah, and I don't even think Mbeumo will start that game as well.
No, I don't think he'll start.
Yeah.
Pranav says, when Watkins drops off in 2 years, then what? Casemiro? Oh, it depends on the contract you give Ollie Watkins as well, isn't it?
That's a true fact. That's.
Hold on a second. Wait.
But they're assuming there's a win.
When does this happen that suddenly players die at 32 years old? Like,
when does this happen that Sesko's going to turn up and be rubbish?
Well, because
that's happened a lot.
We just done it with Rasmus.
Well, they exist with Watkins. They exist with Casemiro. We've done it with Casemiro.
But Casemiro was on 350,000 a week.
And he's come from Spain. He's come from Spain as well. Katie.
And we paid 70 million for him as well. Like, there's a lot to that.
Also, Casemiro, towards the end of last season, he was one of my most important players again. Even though he's fallen off the edge of a cliff, Reuben was like first 50
You know,
games.
it's funny. I remember having these arguments about Cavani years and years ago about Cavani. People were real unhappy we signed Cavani at that time, and he was 33. So he came to us at the age. Ollie Watkins would be at the end of signing for us, and he killed it that season. He was our best forward. He smashed it, and he was so important. Strikers age well. Cristiano Ronaldo, when did he rejoin us again? What age was he? 35?
Zlatan,
wow.
He scored 17 goals.
You're saying Ollie Watkins is Cristiano Ronaldo, James. So you're saying
that's
Ollie
what I'm
Watkins
saying,
is
exactly, word for word.
KG, Book of Accountability.
No accountability, bro.
No, wait, this is the first time I've seen this in real life. There's real life stuff in this book. Wait, there's fucking real things in it. I thought
this is incredibly petty.
No.
There's real shit in here.
Yeah.
Sesko is going to be one of the world's best strikers. Have 22nd of July.
Yeah. You are definitely a menace.
On his notes.
Let me just try and read. Let me see. This is a well. This is a.
You're a disgrace.
Oh my god!
I've got loads, bro. I've got loads.
Handwritten is mental.
I see Xerxes there. What's that
I'm gonna get to the good page. There you go. Hold on. More money. The time is. Wait, hold on. The time is now. Miss. Oh wait, hold on.
I can't read that
one. Wait.
Can you even read that?
Nah, this one's a bit.
Pure excitement. He's going. You said what?
And he's got Joel Lafori. Xerxes will get 15 GA next season. There you go. If we sign Jackson, I won't come back to this channel. Pav repeat this 5 times. That confidence said on the 13th of July.
Right.
There you go. When Noni scores at the bridge, you'll see what's
something.
You'll see something. Keep the same energy. More money. Right. There you go. Little yo-yo. There's a forfeit as well.
Right.
Still a forfeit. Yeah. So, that's the one with Larry Laurizio. So Larry and Larry, you know Laurizio, African Romano.
Oh yeah.
He
About, he put one in there.
So he's got one. Yeah. So him and Yo-Yo got a deal right now because saying that he basically said that the wages. He said that Osman's gonna lower his wage. And
the guy knows about Osman. Yeah. He's gone now.
He's gone now. But we're now trying to check if the wages are lower. If not, he has to do a hot chip challenge. It's all in there, bro.
Right, okay.
David G says, before we get excited, remember it's just talks. We'll only bid if we know someone is going. No one is close to leaving. Took ages to get Mbumo. SB says, man, for the last time, most transfer fees are paid in installments. It's called amortization. Jason says, I don't think Ineos will spend 50 million plus on a 29-year-old. Then in another couple of years have to spend 60 to 70 million on his replacement. Might as well just get Sesko now. Post Manton says Josh versus NYC is like Madueke versus Wolverhampton.
In it.
Eminem says, why are we saying Watkins is elite? Guy scored 17 in 54 games in all competitions. Sesko had 21 in 45 and is 8 years younger and only 25 million more risk it. Didn't Ollie Watkins the season before last score 19 goals and get 15 assists in the Prem?
Yeah, I'll take both. I take both players. I'm not like Watkins was obviously the first option. But Newcastle.
But why was he your first option?
Because I just know he scores goals in the Premier League.
So why is that still not your first option?
Well, no, Newcastle forced their hand.
Newcastle haven't forced nothing. No. Newcastle haven't changed anything. You've just said that my original choice is Ollie Watkins. That's still an option.
I mean,
you're just changing your mind because Man United have presented a case to the thing, and you want Newcastle to lose other players, so you can bring Matty Renton and say laugh.
Matty Renton and True Geordie. It'd be fine.
So that's the reason. So you could go laugh.
And he could be good. He could be because didn't we say this? Newcastle. If Sesko goes to Newcastle,
but Watkins is your number one.
Wait, hold on. If Sesko goes to Newcastle, I think he'll do well. I actually think he'll do really good, and then get a big move after because the club it's ready. The only problem with us is the structure that we have is a bit of an issue. So we need players to come in and be sure things and just work. We don't need them to have a bedding in period. We need it to work straight away. At Newcastle, I feel Sesko will be. It'll be one of those ones when we say to him, "Oh my goodness, we should have went for that player." When he's at Newcastle, I think that's what happens. It's what. Yeah,
but you just said the right reason of why maybe Sesko might not be the right option.
But I think if this guy right now with Mbumo, Cunha, we could be better. We don't know. This is what we're going to see.
Oh, he's better than Rasmus.
As in Cunha right now, the way he's trying to find players and stuff, this might be, we might be in our next phase as well as Man United. Okay. We might be.
We've got nearly 2,300 people watching. We're not even at 400 likes, folks. If you haven't already, click the like button. Let's get to 1K likes for the madness that has been KG the comedian during this show. Also, Lucas says, Flex, you make great points, but you wear socks swimming. Now, you might not be familiar with this, Flex.
No, I don't. Not anymore.
A whole thing. This is my fault. Well, no, it's your fault, actually, because when I called you at the weekend during the match and Flex was busy hobnobbing KG with media friends or whatever. We wouldn't take the phone call.
Is that a
No. Wouldn't take the phone call, and KG did the halftime analysis. Then I don't know how it happened, but in the chat, it was then brought up that you said once on a show of KG that you wear socks swimming.
Yeah, no, I said I used to do that years ago. Yeah,
How many years did you do?
Probably until I was like 17, 18.
Oh!
What, like cotton socks? Like socks? Proper socks, Flex.
Verrucas, bro. You can catch verrucas.
You did it until you're 17 years old.
About that.
No, not the swim socks, Flex.
What kind of socks? Not the school ones.
Not the Nike dry fits. Just like swim for put over your feet in the thing first.
Oh, swimming socks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's different.
That's right. That's all right.
Yeah, but isn't that for if you've got a verruca, not because you don't want to get one?
Well, why not make it for both? Double protection, mate. Why wait to get one? What the kind of?
Are you sure it's not the Nike Tex? Are you sure it's not the Nike Tex?
No, it's not the cotton things, bro.
I love it. I swear to God, every day you say new stuff to me. I didn't know you did it for 17 years, bro.
Yeah, right time. And also, there was a period I don't like feet as well, bro. I didn't like feet.
17 years.
Yeah.
17.
Well, you say 17. A lot of that I didn't know because I was a youth. I couldn't speak, couldn't do
Also,
nothing.
it wasn't your decision.
Yeah, but you're pretty. I think in terms of like evolutionary, you're self-aware by what, like 3 or 4.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So the 17, you got to drop it down to probably like a 14.
15.
Look at James's face. He's gonna leave. James is gonna leave.
James
is gonna get to 100K and he's out.
This is a bit like pre-applying Lotrimin to your feet, like ahead of time.
James,
like
this is stuff. This was probably from the OTT show or something. This weren't like talking football. I didn't bring this here. I didn't. I come to talk football.
David G says, was Cavani on a free, not paying big for Watkins? I mean, how much do we think Watkins would actually legitimately cost then? Because that's what a lot of people are hung up on, isn't it? They're saying the cost.
50 mil?
Who cares?
50 mil.
Oh, I was saying empty the checkbook. Do whatever it takes. I'm not sorry.
That's racismo.
Racist. Very racist. Racist.
You said Owen.
We don't tolerate it on this channel.
Because on the Trinity.
Why do you call him American
So
Owen
because on the Trinity, you think you can just be racist like that?
I thought it was Owen.
I apologize right now.
I apologize.
Apologize right now, mate.
I apologize right now.
There you go.
It's okay. It's
just because the two white guys wearing a white t-shirt, at the same time. I know it's easy to
With
be
the same
mistaken.
hair.
Shout out people who was live at the show. By way of noise, do you think Owen and
they look nothing alike?
Oh, okay, all right.
We have just kind of realized we're wearing the same thing today, and
we do look a little bit similar,
hair.
at the moment.
The guy said it himself. He looks like Owen. Shut up.
Wait,
which button is it? Anyone? I don't care.
Oh my God!
James said he looks like him. Yeah, what the hell, bro?
He's still going.
Cussing me when he said he even looks like Owen.
I want to see what the chat says. They are saying racismo. Twins. What is it really? See? Evil Owen. Is that what they're calling him?
Connor says, who cares?
Flex, you racist.
That's just ridiculous. Red Baron always.
Yeah.
Kristen says, it's okay, Flex. KG always misgenders me.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
There you go. So you're not.
That was a long time ago.
You're not innocent, are you? But anyway, back to the show.
I want to.
Yeah, James, how much? You're going to say empty the checkbook?
I said, well, it's not really that. It's just who cares. Like, my thing isn't the money. What's the best player we can get to fix the team right now? That's all I care about. I don't care about the money. We have the money, to be quite honest. Like, the money's there. If we're successful, the money's there. If we win games, the money's there. That's not the problem. The problem we've had, why do we not have money? Why do we have these issues? Because we've been shit. Why can Liverpool spend so much money? Because they haven't been shit. Why can City spend so much money? Because they haven't been shit. We need to not be shit. That's priority 1, 2, and 3. What player makes sure we're not shit? By that player. That's what we did with Cunha and Mbumo. Just the two best available players on the market in the Premier League this season, we bought them. That's how I see it.
What if we can't get him? As in, like, there's just not a deal to, you know, like if you want to buy something, it has to be for sale. What if it's just, you know, we're not going to get Watkins? Would you be happy with Sesko then?
No.
Still not.
Because I think we buy, personally, I think it's too much money for the risk that can make it so we're still shit. And we have a bigger problem now. Because now the money we're going to save from Casemiro next summer, we've just spent it on a player who's not doing the job. And now we need a striker. We need another signing again. And we're back where we started. That's my concern over it. I'd rather buy, like, I don't know if there's one available. But quite honestly,
Mateta.
I'd rather go throw 50 million at Mateta. It doesn't matter. I'd rather get another Cavani on a short-term deal who's not a big risk, who's not going to cost too much, who's not going to hamstring us in the future, than take another risk. I just don't think we can take risks today.
Is that Calvert-Lewin, Wilson?
No, not Calvert-Lewin for me, because he can't be healthy. Calvert-Lewin can't get fit. That's why I wouldn't take him. But
is it Jamie Vardy? What's he done? Is it Jamie Vardy?
Maybe it's Jamie Vardy.
KG screamed, "What have you done that for?" Like Flex was a dog taking a dump on the floor.
Yeah. What are you making say?
What are you doing that for?
On the screen, bro. What the hell?
After look at like Barcelona went out and they got Lewandowski a couple of years ago.
Who said worse? Flex or KG? Run a poll right now, because that Calvert-Lewin shout or Vardy shout, it stinks.
Well, he's asking me.
You're gonna win.
Ask James.
He's just asking me what are my thoughts on that.
And what did you say about Vardy?
I like Jamie Vardy. I don't think he's like the solution, but he's just an option. He's just an option.
I'm saying a mad thing. I'm asking him a question. Is that an option? Because he said I want a Cavani thing, so that's a Vardy.
Dev, what do you think about the last 5 minutes of crack? That's been
absolutely not, bro. Every single player. It's like, I'm sorry, the Mateta thing I don't get. I get that he's been good last season. Watch it back. It's purple patches. You want another purple patch striker? I don't see what he's going to offer us that is going to drag us forward rather than.
Go throw the money at Wissa. Sorry, there's a better answer. Go throw 40 million at Wissa.
I get 40 million is a lot.
They're not going to let us.
You mentioned the Fulham striker a couple
He's not training.
Yeah.
He's holding out. They're going to have to sell. They'll take the most money they can get. If we can outbid Newcastle because they've gone for Sesko, go get Wissa. Rebuild the connection.
What about that for your narrative? Put that in your narrative pipe and smoke it. Wissa and Mbwems. Is that a better narrative?
I'm all in on.
Then you could laugh at Brentford, say we took all your players and that.
Nah, Sesko.
I don't want to laugh at Brentford, you know. Like, I'm just like, just let them do what they do. But I don't understand. I don't get the like. There's a limit, and it's like you don't want to be desperate, and that's why with the Sesko thing, it's like it's just going to hamstring us too much. And I do think there are other areas of the squad where if you're going to spend that amount of money, you're going to spend it somewhere else. Like we do need a striker. Don't get me wrong, we do need another option up there, but our midfield is poor, and we know it is. And it's like Kobe and Ugarte actually look like they worked quite well. But I didn't see West Ham put them under too much pressure, so I'm not going to get overly enthusiastic about that. I think the thing that I liked the most was how the wing backs were playing and how, like, I think Marcel was saying, how we pressed from the front. That's good. Made chances, good. Really but like, yeah, but I'm sorry, like midfield, give me the engine in midfield. If you're going to spend that money, that's where it has to go. So that's why if you're going to get a striker, let it be for a good amount of money. That's a deal that we can actually, that's palatable. Like I get what James is saying as well. Like if you're going to get the best player, cool. And I kind of do look at Ineos and I'm like, if we're going to get someone, it's going to be structured in a way where it's going to limit the risk as much as possible. Watkins, you don't really have much of a risk there because you're probably going to give him a 3 to 4 year contract by the time he's 32, 33, where he can still offer something. Sesko could just be a dud or he could be brilliant, but the risk there is you're probably overall, including add-ons and stuff, not doubling it. It's not going to cost twice the amount of money, but it's going to cost an amount which then takes the budget away from another area of the squad where Watkins might not do that. And it's just, I think if the fee is right for Watkins, you have to go for it. You have to get.
What do you think the priority is going to be then, Devs? Because, you know, we're talking about the spine of the team. You've got the striker, midfield, and the goalkeeper. What's the most important positions out of the three?
Midfield for me.
Midfield goals, guys. We need goals, man. I'm telling you, even that.
We just added to. Well, we're supposed to have just added a lot.
Still, but I'm saying even that, like Rasmus, Rasmus had a better game. I'm saying sometimes them chances go to Rasmus and he puts them away. It's a different thing altogether. The team.
But let me point out one thing with that. Like, I think we do need goals. I hear you, but when you were mentioning other teams before, like an Arsenal or like a Liverpool, like the reason why they score goals is not just because they got amazing strikers. Arsenal haven't, but the reason why they score is because not only is their build-up play brilliant, but because what they can get the ball higher up the pitch. They win back possession higher up the pitch. They're more physical. They're this. Like the one game that stands out for me with Amorim, as in a negative one, was the Newcastle one where we got bullied physically all over the pitch by them, and it's like that will happen again. And it's like we haven't really changed. Kobe looks better, like Ugarte looks fitter, and I hear all that, but we are going to get bullied all over the pitch again because that system lends itself.
But ain't we letting Collier go on loan? So doesn't that mean we're still bringing in a midfielder anyway?
Maybe, but it's more like what caliber of midfielder are you bringing in then? Because if you're going to spend the money on a striker, it's like, do you get a good striker or a great midfielder or a great striker? And
how much is a good? When we look at midfield, the only midfielder I know that's
Baleba,
all the money in the world is Baleba. That's the really expensive.
Yeah.
We're not linked. We're not going to get him. So we can find a midfielder. Like it's obviously we didn't see that much of Richard Rios and this, that, and the other. But right now you're looking for that 30 million midfielder that just can get about. And then obviously there's a player that Marcel's thinking about in Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed. That's where you go and sell houses, bro. And we don't want him, bro.
That's where you go look for a job, innit? That's where you go look for a job, innit?
Jobs, yeah. Indeed. Yeah, jobs. Nah.
I think you can get Indeed. It's on a free. It's like 9 million. You can get Indeed and one more.
Nah, bro.
You can.
Hayden Hackney or Stiller. Give me someone smart. Like Indeed.
I need a nice mover in there, man. I need someone who's physically strong, but not just can get about. Because, like you say, if you emphasize too much on that, you do go towards the profile of Ugarte, where he has to improve the other side, which he did really well against West Ham. That was good. Obviously, he spoke afterwards. We were there. Yeah. It was nice to see him be confident and stuff. So I really hope that he can improve that side of the game, and the system helps him do that, and he can improve. But essentially, I think we need a natural player who they're really, really comfortable with the ball. They're really comfortable, most importantly, at progressing the ball forward.
But there's less pressure right now when you talk about players and stuff and what we can do in there. I think there's less pressure on the striker with the fact of we've got a few players that can play in striking position. You've got Mbeumo that can play in the striking position. You've got Cunha that can play there, and Bruno. That's what the manager basically said. My players are they're gonna move. They're gonna play like many positions. There's not a guaranteed 10. Even when it's talking about Kobe. So there's a chance of even if like
Sesko be back one, and that was
even if Sesko needs to adapt to the league, he can have the time. I think there's a good player there. My biggest issue is I hate in games where we've had to play a player purely because of height. It wasn't going to work, but we said they're too tall and we need a physicality. Yeah. With at least you can say with the likes of Sesko, we can actually put him in, but he's there because he's a striker and he's good enough already.
He plays for Man United, as we've established over the last couple of seasons. Even if it is Rasmus Højlund, if it's whoever we've signed, Josh, even Xerxes. Look at Xerxes the first 6 months at United. Yeah. Good grief, we were all complicit in it. You know, you don't get time at United, and I think maybe that's why they're also looking at this sort of ready-made of one. We can't afford to take the risk. Two, we're not a functioning team that, like you say, like a Newcastle or a Liverpool, whatever, of like, well, they're going to score goals anyway, so we don't have to worry too much. They can take the burden off them. We're going into that team going, you've got to score goals, and you've got to score goals now. To be honest, the fact that we're once again, for the third consecutive summit in a row, talking about how we need a striker is mad. That sums up how bad.
And a midfielder, though, Owen. And a midfielder. So Devs is kind of right as well. It's been a midfielder as well, though, Owen.
We need a striker.
Yeah.
But I think Ollie Watkins definitely fits the bill of what you're saying in terms of guaranteed goals, meets the demand. And then also what you're saying, KG, in terms of physical. I don't think Ollie Watkins really struggles with that. I think he think he can be a bit physical. I think he can.
Yeah, definitely.
He's really good at that. I don't mind. I don't not want Ollie Watkins.
If he came, you wouldn't be angry.
I'm going to be very happy.
I think he improves everyone around him.
Yeah.
Why look past it? That's all I'm saying. Like, why even talk about going past it? Just get the right guy.
Yeah, that's true.
And let's be real as well, like the one thing Watkins would do, or any sort of experience, the experience is the key word in this, I think. Like, I'm not saying get the youngest midfielder in the world either. Like, if you're going to get a midfield option, it should be someone with experience. And if, depending on the fee, maybe you can branch out and like bulk out the squad a bit. But I see Collier going, and I see Sekou Kone maybe taking his opportunities that he got, because he might not go on loan now. Then get a midfielder to take the onus off of both of them. But what that would do, especially with a striker like Ollie Watkins, with Rasmus and Xerxes, it's like you want them to also learn. That's because if we all said go back in time, get a 34-year-old Cavani, we've said this loads of times, we would take it in a heartbeat. Like, not because of how great Cavani was, of course he was, but his goal output in those years wasn't phenomenal, but you knew he could bring something else to the table as well. Watkins is the kind of guy that would, I think he's got the sense of knowing the league, and also the sense of he'll be able to probably drop deep and get the two running off him as well. I don't see Sesko doing that whatsoever. Sesko's a run off the back of the back four and get himself onside and get himself through on goal, which is fine because we want that to happen as well. But you then leave that gap in midfield again. So it's like you have those three pushing forward even further, and it gives even more of a job to do for the two. So, and that too, all of a sudden, when we're talking about who should have we invested in, we're there thinking, oh, maybe we did need a bit more of a all-encompassing midfielder there. So, but then you've spent the Sesko money, and you've lost out on your midfield money. So that balance is really fine. If we get Watkins with the right feet, anything with a 4 in front of it, I'm taking for Watkins like straight away. And I think that needs to happen. Like I don't think it'll be done early if it's Watkins, because we know the situation with Villa. So that we have to prepare for that. Sesko could probably be done early. And I think Vival being there, I think that's going to turn the screws a lot more if we do end up going for. He signed him twice technically, I think. So it's going to be a weird one. And if either come, obviously you back your man. But I just think we're not in a position to take risks. Liverpool can buy an Ekatike and flop because they're in a position to take risks.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? But we're not in that position right now.
Yeah,
do we think he actually will? What do you say, James?
I said they bought Nunez and he flopped, and it doesn't matter. They still won the league, you know?
And they'll recoup a lot of money back for him as well.
And also what Liverpool are very good at doing, like you say, Dev, is like the recruitment of like, look at all the hits they've had for like relatively low money. Mate, Kirkez was like, what, 40 million? Frimpong's like 35 million. Even Szoboszlai, Szoboszlai was what, 70 million?
Yeah.
But guess what? He's a Premier League champion now. Someone like McAllister was a bargain from Brighton. Weren't he like 34 million?
35.
35.
Konate was 40.
Wasn't that much, was he? So
Konate, Gakpo,
and his low wages, and then even when they got Diaz, that was what, 40 million. So, and now they flipped that. So
What if
they've got a bag of like successful stories of players that are like have come there with like these good reputations to be able to go up a level, but really modest prices. Yes, you chuck a Darwin Núñez in there.
Yeah.
If Gakpo, same thing. He was
Look at Chiesa. They signed him for like, was it 30 million? But he flopped. It doesn't matter. They won the league, and it's not going to cost them that much money. It's not going to cost that much money.
So like a really good opportunity for them to just try him out. He's had an injury.
What if you find the man though?
hardly.
What if he's actually the guy though? What if you do find your next Haaland? What if that's what you're bringing in? Because there is that thing.
But in this environment now, it's hard to.
But then you can't
do that.
Like you can't be afraid. We can't be afraid to stand still. We can't be afraid to say, "Hey, we're not going to take risks."
All right, then. Well, having said all this, just back to what we were saying, guys. Of like, as we are sitting here talking about this now, Man United have presented their case. Let's go back to what Romano's saying of like, it's down to the player. Do we? What do we think he chooses? Does he choose? Does he choose to go and be the main man at Newcastle United? That they're struggling to get targets at the moment, but they're in Champions League. They are a club that's going on the up. I know this is a bad transfer window, but if I still said to you now, first game of the season's away at St. James's Park, we'll all still shit the bed
with all our players.
Well,
it's a bit different. Still.
All right, cool. Well, then you can do that. I'm still saying, are Newcastle better than right now?
Better, yeah.
Okay. So go to the better team. The evidence so far shows the better coach.
Write it down in the book of accountability, Cage.
There you go.
Ask me at the end of preseason.
I'll ask you at the end of preseason when the team's thing. But you can go there. You can be the main guy. You can go in Isap's footsteps, and everyone's gonna love you here. Or, of course, Manchester United, biggest club in the world. It's one game a week for now, but you know your wages are gonna go up. You've got the chance to be part of this renaissance, this turnaround.
I'm so
you're playing.
Do I sign?
Okay. I'm not asking you.
It depends as well, Flex. It depends.
What
What
are you
is Sesko saying? Is Sesko saying that he loves this club? Is Sesko saying he wants to play for Man United? I think that's a big part of it.
We always say we want players who want to come
go.
here. So if it didn't work out with the Arsenal thing and it was between Newcastle United and us, and he was like, because what did Plettenberg say? Sesko's been impressed or some shit.
He said Sesko has been impressed by Man United's efforts to sign him.
Oh,
that annoyed me a little bit. I'm like, who do you think you are, man? Like, oh, you're impressed by
Dev don't like that. Dev don't like, Dev's like, we're Man United. Don't.
Arsenal
What do you mean impressed?
No, he might be impressed because Arsenal had him like, it was bad what Arsenal did to him.
No, bro, I don't see that. I just see him sitting there being like, oh, cute. No, I don't like it. Like, bro, we're Man United. Like, if you want to come to us,
you hate him.
You
hate him.
I don't hate it. I just don't see. I get it. I get what people are saying, but it's also when you look at a player, you have to say, how does he actually play? Because if he plays the exact same way that he plays at Leipzig with us, he ain't gonna get that much joy. And also, like, I think out of the two, let's face it, Leipzig to the Bundesliga is somewhat similar to what Newcastle is to the Prem. Like, they're on the precipice. They're trying to challenge for the higher spots. Champions League team. He's been in the Champions League. I watched him in person in the Champions League. I'm not saying he's a bad player whatsoever, but I just think it's where we are. And that amount of money, like you're saying, like, you know, taking a risk and like, what if he bangs elsewhere? I'll be honest, if he bangs elsewhere, we've had it with countless other players. Those players would not get the same service, not be playing the same football in the same system that they're playing now. So all things being equal, yeah, it will hurt. But in reality, that's just not how it works. Mateta is not going to have Crystal Palace numbers straight away at Man United because we don't play that way. And it's like with Cunha and Mbeumo, they're playing in a similar way and they're outperforming where they are. So that's why they could work. Watkins is outperforming the last 3 or 4 years. So they're all doing that. Sesko is bang on what he should be getting in the Bundesliga. Like 13 goals and 14 goals in 2 seasons is not good in the Bundesliga. That's Werner was better. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying, like, that's numbers.
Could this be the new Isak of like when Isak was at Sociedad? His best season was what, 17 goals a season they got him. Before that, you're talking 12s and 4. Like, he wasn't prolific. And Newcastle United were the ones to say, I tell you what, we see something in you. Yes, you got to make the environment, you got to build the team, which is what James is saying. Like, we don't have it, but in what you're saying could you unearth the next?
I'll be real. Doesn't Ekitike fit that mold a little bit better though?
And Ekitike is that as well.
But we tried. Didn't their club say we tried Ekitike, but we just couldn't get? It was between Ekitike and Mbeumo. Remember they said we contacted Ekitike to see what was going on. We called.
Yeah, but they probably told us like, oh, it's 85, and then we're like, yeah, like we weren't going to stay on that for much longer, bro. I'll be honest.
But we still made the contact, which shows that there's something there.
Keegan's been a member for 37 months. Says Flex was scared of people shouting, "What are those?" with his knick-knack toes. Flex walking around with those claws in public.
Knick-knack.
Ravanda says, I get Watkins, but we have 6 midfielders for 2 places. We can't do Watkins and world-class midfielder this window. That's why Sesko and Luiz is better. Show's been a member for 34 months. Says, there's this assumption that buying better players on paper will just improve us. What about Amorim? Why do fans just assume he'll do a better job? That is a can of worms. Yeah, for another show. Adcator says Patrick Schick for 25-30 million scored 20 goals. Semek says with Ugarte and Cass and more time to train, central midfielder is okay. Not great. Striker is not good at what Amorim wants and is vital for the system to work. Leopold says Garnacho to Spurs. Son is going to LAFC. Yeah, that's getting closer.
That'll be hilarious.
Toby,
that'll be
that meaty guy on his way.
Expressions,
well, and expressions as well.
Oh my god, that'll be too funny.
Brilliant.
Oh Lord,
the way they got little bro for Gibbs White as well.
Let me get that as well.
The Gibbs White is crazy.
You know what we need? Do you know who we need if we want deals to be done? Suj Marinakis. We need Suj Marinakis to go and talk to these guys. Anyone that you need right now.
Shugnakis.
What place? Shugnakis.
We need Shugnakis.
Shugnakis.
Right
He's
now,
on shit, bro.
There's no way. There's no way.
They said to him, oh, so what was it like speaking with Morgan? He goes, only a few minutes. Only a few minutes. Didn't take long to get to an agreement when you're a legend. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Have you seen that video when Morgan's got? It literally looks like off camera, someone's holding up something to write.
No, it was mad. It was mad.
But we have Shugnakis at our club, yeah. I promise you, any deal can get done.
No, we don't.
Isak. We'll sign Isak for market price. We'll send him there to talk to Newcastle. We'll get him for a good price, 75 million. It's like, if we have two methods.
Jason says we should be selling players like Collier, Fredericks, Harry, and Mass on permanent deals. Not good enough for United, plus full profit. Dwayne says, let's talk about Gigi. There's an opportunity there. Howling. Okay, well, finish these quickly. Howling says, if you're saying buy a midfielder, when do Cunha and Mbeumo and Bruno fit in? Because none of those are not going to be playing. So one of those up front, false 9.
Guys, KD just got to go to his boxing podcast. I'll leave you guys to do the super chats and stuff. Big respect, man. Big up. We're out.
Snowbunny says Cavani revisionism. Guy started playing in Feb/May. He did come in, to be fair, later on in the season, didn't he? Manchukushner says, James, do you think anyone would suspect someone wearing a luchador mask at the Atlanta game representing your channel? I know a very reasonable person who could borrow your badge responsibly, of course.
Feel free. Yeah.
Feel free. Football or Soccer says, told you guys at the tailgate, improving the midfield is key. It's easy to say that a top striker will score goals, but we need to get the ball to him first. Super Arch says, sorry, but a big no for Watkins. 23 big chances missed. As a seasoned veteran worries the hell out of me. I'd rather risk Sesko. And Michael says, gutted to miss you at MetLife. I'm from Manchester and I lived in New Jersey for the last 5 years. Big up everyone. Give me Sesko. Age, potential, fee seems okay. Well, I think by the reactions, I don't think James is feeling Sesko. I'm going to go out on a limb. And say the poker face is not poker.
I'm so far against it. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I can tell.
I've gone so far in that direction. He's like the one player we've been linked to this summer that I really, really don't like the idea of.
What's your biggest objection, James?
I don't even think he fits. Like he doesn't even make sense to me. I don't understand it. Like he's if you look at his numbers, he's also gotten worse as a young player last season to the season before. I don't like that. Like there's so many things about it that don't work for me. His numbers decreased a little bit. He doesn't play anything like we want a striker to play for Ruben Amorim team. He comes from the Bundesliga, where we've purchased players who had significantly better outlet that did nothing for us. We're still trying to get rid of one of them right now for a lot more money, who was doing Messi numbers when he was 19 in the Bundesliga, by the way. There's just so many things not to like about it. When I watch him, I don't get it. I just don't get it. He looks clunky. He looks big. He looks like in a team where you're going to face like pressure on your back all the time instead of those spaces in Germany. He just looks like a mess when he's under pressure. And I just don't think he's even close to ready. I didn't want a young striker this summer at all, but of the young strikers we've been linked with, I want him the least of any of them.
Bro, I agree with you. Do you know I've started watching as well? Like I know people will be like, you shouldn't watch comps because they bring out the best bits, but I've started watching just what are your last 100 shots you've taken, and with a goalkeeper, what's the last 100 shots you faced? Like I think it was Senny Lamens. I started watching him. I was like, okay, I kind of like what I see. But when it comes to Sesko, I'm like, every single shot. This is gonna sound stupid, but every single shot is different from the last. So it just seems a bit more erratic and a bit more. Like people will go, oh, he's got a depth of striking ability. No, he just lashes at it. That's not really.
And he's got a great striking power. He does. It's incredible.
His shot power is Adriano Pez 6. Like he's different, but it's not. That's not what Højlund can smack a ball if he needs to. We with both feet, he's pretty decent at it. But it's like I want to see how you are in tight spaces, how you link up with play, how you manufacture chances for yourself. He doesn't do any of those things. I'm like, he could be great, of course. Any player could be great, but I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
Yeah, it sounds very Bruno, just sort of smashing the ball and seeing what edge of the box, seeing what happens. So there you go, guys. That's another episode of The Red Carpet. Big up to James, big up to Dev, big up to Marcel, big up to Flex and KG. Links to everyone's channels is in the video description below, so be sure to show some love. Be sure to subscribe and get everyone to their individual goals. James is on his way to... What are you on to now, James?
Well, let's say 50K is the next big milestone because we're past 30. So
there you go. 50 is the next one.
We'll
Dev, what about you?
I am en route to 10. Just got through 7, so trying to hit 10.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. And Marcel, when are you going to start actually uploading stuff onto your channel? That
I'm on my way to 100. No, I'll show you 1,000. But I need to start uploading things.
You need to put a video up there first. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And be sure to subscribe to Wrestlers 365. It's SummerSlam weekend. I'm going to be doing the match on this computer and SummerSlam on this computer at the same time on Sunday. Not really sure I'm going to pull it off, but we'll find out together. So it'll be fun. So yes, there you go. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. As always, we'll be back with more content soon. I'll be back in the morning, 9 a.m. We've got exciting stuff happening out in America with Flex and KG, some collaborations and some secret stuff coming soon. Exciting. Anyway, we're out of here. Peace.